soaker. I think Jake just now finally got his money. I think like 72 million. You know what I'm saying? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he had a lawsuit too. Like, pay the man they money, man. But you know what? They not, because they the devil, man. Right. I got to go through these links for something I created. Yep. And Esau is just notorious for that, man. And I'm glad when the brother was talking about the music thing, they'll know Jake, you know, will send in music, those who compose music, the percentages ain't right. Like, bro, where my bread at? You know, because that wordplay, like I said, man, Jake opened a book, that's your worst nightmare. Whether it be for, I'll be honest with you. You look at it like this, you know, you got brothers in the truth. Hey, the Lord is doing a beautiful work with brothers. The Wadi Yahba Shem Yahshua. But then you got a guy like Dr. Claude Anderson. But he's pretty much a damn atheist, because you know that Reddick about the Holy Scriptures, man. But he's a smart man. Like Polite know a lot of stuff. It's a zeal, but not according to Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Right, brother.
Because he's one of those guys, yo, we gotta build, bro. I ain't seen nothing yet. If I start seeing buildings with polite property, this zone polite, I'm like, damn, kind of moving. This guy's kind of serious. Not happening, bro. Jay can barely get a grocery store, bro. And they purposely do that. Esau purposely do that, man. I remember because me and the brother, when we stayed in a certain area, it was a Kroger and a Tom Thumb across the street from one another, man. They purposely, they food be outdated, man. Somebody from Dallas outed how they be doing these grocery stores around here. But when you go to the so-called a little more nicer neighborhood, which the funny thing, how they separate is kind of crazy, because you ride straight down the street. It's like literally like 2 minutes away, but it's so-called
off the highway.
Yeah,
yeah, like MacArthur.
Yeah, you got a highway that separates it in.
Yeah,
but like, bro, I can walk up there in 5 minutes. but these places got the freshest dates, and it's systematically set up. You know, it's systematically set up for these people are not for you, man.
Come on, brother.
Okay.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things.
That's right.
And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name.
Yep, that's why Jake is real big on calling it they self God. You know, real talk. You know, Jake. Hey, what's up, King? Hey, peace, God. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake ain't got that rulership mentality, but Jake know we are a holy people, man. We just in bad conditions right now. We in back and we on bad terms with Yahweh Shem Yahshua. So men of the Lord willing, we those men trying to get back right with the Father. Right. You know, Jake who buck up with his father, but the mom is between the dad and father. Your father like, get the hell out there. We trying to, you know, damn, all that food ran out, clothes dirty, I need somewhere to wash. I done stayed with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I done exhausted my wealth. Real talk. That's what Jake done did. In all these places. Jake will reach a glass ceiling of so-called success and then do everything society deems as accomplishments, only just to find out, damn, I'm still looked at as a nigga. I'm still a woo-woo-woo. Disrespectful, man. Because a lot of real talk, a lot of these southern kingdoms are horrible to the northern kingdom and vice versa. Y'all horrible to people, man. Y'all sit there, you know, hey, you know, and Jake be, you know, taking funny shots here and there, but overall, that BS not funny. Your ass is cursed. That's why the so-called white man walk up down the streets with they Sperry's and V-necks and they old ladies smirking. You know what I'm saying? Got their degrees like this. The sky's the limit. For them right now, it is, but guess what? That sky's falling down on them right now.
That's right,
okay?
That's right.
The economy ain't looking good. World War III is like here. I'm just ready for a spiritual pay-per-view. You got training with who's that, Russia for missile defense and China. Okay, that Russia was preparing 40 million citizens. You know, worst case scenarios. China and Iran and Russia. It's something really working, man.
Iran, they basically supplying those Shiite Muslims in Yemen.
Yeah, God.
That's what got, you know, America heated too, man.
Yeah.
You know, so even though all these little small chess moves are being made, man, it's all basically going after the will of the Heavenly Father, which is to destroy Babylon the Great.
That's right.
Because that's what's on the main agenda for the Most High to do before the kingdom of heaven is set up on earth, man. And Babylon has to be destroyed.
That's right.
So like the brothers going into making these points about whether it be outdated food, Jake catching, discriminatory practices, whether it be through employment, through banking, housing. At the end of the day, these so-called white people, they're in hell too, man.
Yeah.
Even though they confront and try to look down on Jake because they may have a degree and they may be living on a level that's slightly better than Jake. They living off credit, man. We in a credit bubble that's about to soon burst. So basically, it's just a grim reality, man. We in the stages of Babylon about to be destroyed, man.
That's right.
This is
I'm just saying.
Good point. That's right.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise.
And who's that? This is your Jake who boasts about degrees. Look, man, you had to do what you had to do. We get the point. You ain't about to do nothing, Dr. Boyce Watkins. And like we say, we feel your intentions. It's not our time, bro. I'd rather have a legit kingdom, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, come.
Really, at the end of the day, man, all these niggas, whether you want to talk about Dr. Boyce Watkins, Michael Eric Dyson, Tavis Smiley, all these stepping and fetching niggas, they basically trying to set up a flag in Esau's kingdom. They basically trying to put up paintings, curtains in hell, man. They trying to decorate their hell. Like, we ain't gonna never have any type of so-called freedom or our own standard under the umbrella of Satan. That's what them niggas fail to realize, man. And the only way that we gonna come from under this demonic umbrella is by coming back to the Heavenly Father, man.
That's right.
Yahweh Shai basically saving the elected and reestablishing order on the earth, man.
That's right.
That's the only way.
That's right. That's why those, if I can say this, that's why those, our kingdoms always failed when we ruled in Europe. We ruled. Everybody know we wasn't just fresh off the slave shit. Jake was ruling. Even when slavery was going on, you had Jakes over there ruling in Europe, man.
That's right.
But the Lord was like, nah, don't cut the string on that. You know, give me your crown. You know what I'm saying? I'm what the Lord and Savior looks like now. Now you got this image, which is a stumbling stone for our people, man. So you basically want to continue on with this vibration. These horrible ass churches that ain't teaching our people nothing, got our people going for broke. But you still want to build here. Ain't nothing to build here. Just like Dick Gregory said, he said, how you gonna build something where the people in power is crumbling? You know what I'm saying? I see you crumbling, you got everything, but I'm over here like damn, like nigga, should I tell you that that, you know?
God, brother, that makes sense. How you gonna build something? How you gonna you gotta use your enemy's money in order to build over here.
Yeah.
Your face ain't on the money. So what you expect to build when it's crumbling like the brother just said, and you can't even get your face up on that joint?
Yeah, you gotta get permits and you gotta pass all these different type of building ordinances and building inspections and make sure your buildings according to their code. So you have to work off of their regulations even to establish your so-called own business, man. So what sovereignty is that, man?
That's right.
The point is we gotta wait on the Lord.
And if you don't pay your taxes,
Oh,
you
man.
lose your business.
Yup.
So nothing is if ever yours is designed that way.
right.
Thank you, bro.
But what you should, in the process of wanting to make it, what you should say to yourself is, this thing ain't for me. This situation is not for me.
right.
Now I'm not saying quit, but just like the brother was talking about weed, the black woman we hate when she puts it on because she trusts in it so much. She puts it on and it turns her into a new creature. And that's how you niggas feel with a business. You get your business, it turns you into this whole new creature. You think you walking some whole different walk than all the other black people. Right? Now you got Tavis Smiley doing a show and he looking at other black people like he's different. But you have situations the Lord put out there. Oprah went over to Germany or some shit, didn't have her hair wig on, tried to walk into one of them real expensive boutiques. They was like, nigga, get your ass out of here.
Yeah.
No.
You got to
She
buy
had-
the whole store.
Yeah, they was like, no, we don't care what you got. You get your black ass out of here. And they said her hair was uncombed or whatever. She thinking she got it, but them white people was like, I don't give a fuck what she ain't hollering. Get your ass out of here. That's how that you have to understand that it don't matter what you got.
Yep.
It don't matter what you do. The nigga think he open up a Subway, he looking at all other black people like, y'all gotta get it together out here. Not knowing that nigga, they let you have that. They let you have the Subway. They let you open up your little Chick-fil-A. And then you start looking into the food, and then you start realizing, damn, they was right. I'm serving people, bread got yoga mat materials in it. The cookies ain't cookies, the meat ain't meat. So there's no way to win, there's no way to make it. But there's no way according to their rule, but there is a way according to how a bunch of shot.
No, this is just a beautiful point.
Con. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. And again, Yahweh knoweth these thoughts of the wise, that they are vain.
Yup, he know they empty. He know they empty, but when your little thoughts come to pass, like the brother said, you on another level, we're gonna see what the Most High do. Go ahead, brother.
Con. Therefore, let no man glory in men, for all things are yours. You know, and that's the key point pretty much was in verse 19 and 20. You know what I'm saying? He'll give you this like the brother said, he'll give you all this stuff. Ultimately, it's gonna crumble anyway. You'll feel like you own that Subway, got your head up, you got death and poison in your stuff, man. You own a damn store and you find out that you getting paid less than somebody that work at AT&T or something like that, man.
Yeah, and truth be told, a lot of these business owners, they don't be like no single dudes or nothing. These be men with families. More money, more problems. More, you know, you want your kids to be straight. You put money back here and there. You send your two oldest to college. Your third child in 10th grade in high school. You know, your family need money. You ain't winning on this side, man. You are not winning on this side, man.
That's right, bro. Somebody gonna hang out the first chapter.
That's
Isaiah 36, verse 6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it.
Yeah. So this would just basically bite you in the ass. This society will bite you in the ass, man. You get on high, and you knock down, man. You see it from 30 for 30. Now, granted, you got Jake who out there who irresponsible, or whether they be those entertainers or athletes, man. But then you got all this BS out here, man. Esau responsible for creating a lot of this madness anyway, man. And then sit there and make mockery of you because you believed in Egypt. You believed in that staff. You leaned on it, pierced you, bit you in the ass. Now you sitting in here with the last of your memes like this with a meme like this on a news clip. Your old lady that got the last of your earnings, man, for back child support.
That's another example of how leaning on Egypt will pierce you. There's no way around it.
Yep.
The more you trust in it, the more likely you are to get hurt.
Yep.
Fucking around with America.
Yep.
Fucking around with Egypt.
Yep.
The more you put stock in it, the more likely you are to feel pain, to feel some sort of rejection or letdown. So you have to let it go, because if you don't, then you're gonna take in all of that anguish and all of that pain when you didn't even have to.
Yep.
Like I said earlier, talking about the music industry, you could have sold your CDs out the trunk, made your little money, got your apartment, and kicked it. And just try to keep going.
That's right.
Just try to make it. While all them other musicians are, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, we don't know for sure, but we assume they suck at dick and the women are doing all this stuff at different parties and all that. I'm not there, so I don't know for sure, but you assume things like that are going on. So yeah, they live in Beverly Hills, but look at what they had to do to live there. While you living in a nice little apartment on Live Oak, selling your CDs out your trunk, chilling. Got your show at the Profit Bar one weekend, Sandaga next weekend. Then you open up for Erykah Badu when she comes to downtown at the House of Blues one time. And you just moving around the city, making your little money.
Like Jay can't live off 100K a year.
Gone.
That ain't too much. You gotta have the millions.
And like the brother said, plus let's not forget that drug abuse.
Oh,
You want to numb the pain because you're like, damn, I done really took it there. I want to numb the pain. Now you become this addict. Now you shit your talent away. Can't even hold a note no more. You're getting your lyrics looking crazy at people. Now I gotta read about it on the social media. Like, oh man, they took the clothes off. They smashed, and it's happened. You know what I'm saying?
You see Britney Spears.
Yeah, cut your hair off and all everything, man.
I just had a quick point
That's
too.
good.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got a lot of these entertainers like the brothers going into that has you know what I'm saying, they got body fulls of tattoos and they portray themselves to be like, you know, so-called thugs or gangsters or whatever. You know, but in all actuality, man, you know, they doing all these drugs and they got all these tats on their skin and rapping about all that, you know, gangster and thuggish music because, you know, they portray themselves to be in this hard sense when they really got popped by, you know what I'm saying, by like an old white man, an old Jew. You know, so you got like dudes like Wiz Khalifa or Rick Ross or whoever, you know, even people like Tupac. You know, I can guarantee you 99.9 to 50% he got did up the boot, man. You know what I'm saying? And these are the same niggas that people look to I'll run into a neighborhood and shoot your family and kill your kids. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? You ain't finna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you know? Yeah, they gotta cloak themselves in masculinity.
Yeah.
Just to find the inner, you know what I'm saying?
So-called inner peace.
The so-called inner peace. You know, they cloak themselves in masculinity to try to cover up the fact that they act like females, you know, but it still oozes out of their flesh. You can still see it. Yeah. You know, the elect will see the inner feminism in these, and that's the stuff we see right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? We can point a guy out and be like, man, he was raised by his mama. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But again, it goes back to what y'all talking about, man.
Yeah, it was, you know, our people are low right now, okay? Which we're like just through the